Hey guys, it's Delwyn here from Del's Rigging and Crane Tips. On today's video, I'm just going to let you guys know a little bit about myself, and then after that I'm going to tell you what I think the problem is these days. Well, not necessarily the problem, but what happens to young crane drivers and riggers when they come out of their tickets, and then how I want to, and what I want to achieve. So how I want to try and contribute to fixing the problem and getting everyone up to a certain standard. And then after that, a little bit of disclaimer, and then that'll be us. So a little bit about myself. I'm married, I've got 2 kids. I started operating cranes when I was about 19, back in New Zealand. Yes, I am a Kiwi, don't hold it against me, and I'm not a Kiwi coming to Australia trying to change you guys. I love Australia. I've embraced the culture and I really like it here and I call it home. I still love New Zealand and the All Blacks, but that's another story. So I started operating there for a few years, probably about 3 years, and operated Katos, Tadanos, truck mounts, roughies, pretty much everything under about 60 tonne. After I spent about 3 years there doing that, I shifted to the Gold Coast and I continued operating cranes and driving the same size cranes, 55, 50, Tadano, Kato, little city cranes, roughies, Tadano roughies, all around, and DMAG. And then I spent about 2 years doing that, 2.5 years doing that, and then started doing a bit of steel erection for a local company in the Gold Coast who were good. And then after that I got an opportunity to go up into central Queensland and to this little place called Biloela, if anyone knows that, or if anyone's worked there. And that was good, really good eye-opener to see how they run and they do stuff in the coal mines. So spent a couple of years there and I really enjoyed myself there, learned a lot, and that's when I started getting into the bigger cranes, past your 60 tonne ticket. Ended up getting my open ticket there in about 2010. After that, for family reasons, I moved over to Perth and I spent a couple of years down here in the city and carried on driving the biggest gear, Tadano Fawns, Libas, and from 100 tonne all the way up to 250. And then from there I went up north and started working for on one of the major sites up there, the iron ore sites, and started operating a bit more bigger gear, so and a different range of gear too, so the Groves, Libas, Tadano Fawns, DMAGs, and so forth. And the biggest crane they operated was a 400 Tadano, and then from there came back down to Perth because I got married and I wanted to stay married, so it was a bit hard being 3 weeks away. So I came back down to Perth for about 1 year and 7 months and continued operating cranes and got the opportunity to operate even a bigger one, 500 tonne Liba, and everything down, so and more range of cranes, so Groves, Tadanos, DMAGs, a whole range of them. So that's pretty much my history. Now I work back up north, but on a better roster, it's a shorter roster. So that's a bit about my history and what I know. I don't know everything. I do know a bit, but I don't know everything, and that's it. So moving on, what I see the problem is and how I'm going to explain it is, what happens is new people, they come out of their tickets and they've just got their riggers tickets or they just get the crane tickets, and yes, the tickets are really good at explaining rules, regulations, and acts, and what you can do, what you can't do, and they give you a good understanding of stuff. And what happens is riggers and crane drivers that come out of their tickets and they go, yeah man, I've got this good understanding, I know what you can do and know what you can't do. And then the rigger will come out and the crane driver will say, hey man, can you shorten up those 4 chains a metre? And he'll take probably 7 times up and down on the hook to shorten these chains all the same length, because he doesn't know how to. So people know all this stuff, but then they don't know how to do stuff. Or he talks on the radio, he knows the basic commands, but he doesn't know how to articulate himself on the radio to the crane operator, so it gives a smooth operation because he doesn't know how to. Or you're lifting up a donga and they start scratching their head because they see it on paper, but they've never actually done it. And it's the same with cranes. I mean, yeah, you know how to set up a crane on a flat, even ground, but then you get to a hill and you don't know how to do it. So what I want to achieve here and what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to make short, simple videos on how to do stuff the most fast and efficient way that I believe, and that will help you have a basic know-how, a basic how to do stuff before you even get out there, you know what I mean? Or even if you're in the workforce and you don't know how to do stuff the quickest way, or you always struggle, or the crane driver's always on your back because you're taking too long, these videos are going to help you do it the fastest way, the easiest way, and make you look good and make you look professional. And it'll even carry on to the cranes, or carry on to whistles, signals, how to articulate yourself, and the how. We all know, we all have this understanding, but it's the how that I want to get to. So these videos are going to be good, they're going to be short, they're going to be sweet, they're going to be to the point. And when we get into other stuff like cranes and stuff that I'm not sure of, I'll get in a subject matter expert. See, I'm no expert on tilt panels, so I'll probably get someone on the show or someone in to give his knowledge about the stuff that he knows, you know, the subject that he knows more. I don't know much about pin jib cranes, so I'll get someone in and they'll tell you a bit about pin jib cranes, or the how-to stuff, you know, if the pins don't line up, if you can't get a section on, or just little handy how-to tips. Now I think if we start doing this and sharing our knowledge, the standards are going to come up, the basic standards. So when you get a new rigger or a crane driver, or even yourself, everyone's going to know how to shorten chains, everyone's going to know how to talk on the radio, everyone's going to know how to set up a crane on a hill. And it's a good thing. I can't see how it can't not be a good thing that everyone has a basic good knowledge of how to do stuff. Now a little bit of disclaimer here. Look, it's up to you to choose the right chains and the right rigging gear for your load. I'm not going to say what chains you should have for what load, or how many tons you should lift for that, or what type of timbers. It's up to you to follow your rules and regulations on the site you work on, the state you live on, the country you live on. So if something contradicts the rules and regulations of those things, follow them first before you follow this. But I can tell you now, most of my videos won't get you into trouble or anything, but I'm just saying you need to follow the rules of your site, state, country, or where you're in. So that's it. I hope all these videos help. I hope you learn more, and I trust that if you follow these videos that you'll become better, and a better professional for your company, better crane driver, better rigger, and that means in turn that your company runs more smoother, the customers are more happy, you look better. People look at you and go, hey man, this crane driver or this rigger, yeah man, he knows what he's doing. So that's what I want to do, so everyone's happy. Alright guys, cheers, thanks for listening.
Yo.